Titus, knowing that the ardor of combatants is stirred by hopes and words, and that urgings and promises often make men too forgetful of risk, to the point of sometimes despising death itself, gathered his bravest men and tried to stir them by these ways. "Fellow soldiers," he said, "to urge men to do something not dangerous is no honor to those who are urged, nor to him who makes the exhortation. Such urging should only to be used when things are dangerous and yet need free volunteers. I grant you how difficult it will be to scale this Jerusalem's wall. But let me stress that men who desire to be famous for their bravery must take on hard struggles, that it is noble to die with glory, and that the nobility of those who lead the way will not go unrewarded. Let my first motive for you, what some would probably think a disincentive, namely the constancy and patience of these Hebrews in their adversity. How shameful it would be for Romans and my soldiers who in peacetime have been trained for war and are used to victory in battle, to be outdone by Hebrews, either in action or in mind, especially when victory is near and God himself is working for us. Our losses were due to the madness of these, while they have suffered from your bravery and from God being on our side. Their factions, their famines, and their siege, and their walls falling without our machines, what can they be but proofs of the wrath of God toward them and his help to us? Therefore you must not either lose to your inferiors or betray your divine helper, which is given to you. Surely it would be unworthy if, while the Hebrews despise death, though it would be little shame to them to be defeated, since they have long learned to be slaves to each other, but still they make raids on us, not from any hope of victory, but merely to show their courage. You, the masters of land or sea, for whom not to win is a disgrace, should never once assault our enemies, but sit here waiting for the famine and fortune to do your work, even though you are so well armed, and with some small risk could settle everything. Once we scale this tower of Antonia, we have the city. For if there is any further need to fight those inside, which is unlikely, since from that summit we can fall on them before they can draw breath, we are close to a quick and total victory. For the moment I refrain from lauding the immortality of warriors killed in the frenzy of battle, but let me pity, on the other hand, those whose death comes by sickness, in times of peace, since their souls are condemned to the tomb along with their bodies. For what good man does not know that souls set free from the flesh by the sword in battle are received by the purest heaven and placed among the stars to shine as good spirits and gallant heroes for their posterity? On the other hand, souls that linger in sick bodies, no matter how pure they may be, of this world's stains or defilements, are quenched by subterranean night and pass into the deepest oblivion, which takes away their bodily life and all memory of them. But if of necessity all men must die, and the sword is better instrument for it than any disease, is it not ignoble if we refuse to surrender for the public good, that we must surrender to fate? I have been assuming that the men who first try to scale this wall must be killed in attempt, but men of true courage have a chance of surviving even the greatest perils. First, the ruined part of the wall can be easily scaled, and then the new built part of the wall easily broken down. For if many of you venture upon the task and mutually support and help each other, your bravery will soon break the spirit of the enemy. This exploit may even be accomplished without bloodshed. For although they will probably try to stop you getting up, they won't be able to hold you back any longer once even a few of you have secretly forced your way in. The man who first mounts this wall, well, I would blush if I did not force your way in. Make him envied by others for his awards. If he survives, he shall be the leader of others who are now his equals. But if he dies, the greatest tributes will follow him to the grave.